Strike Gunner S.T.G is a vertical shmup, originally released by Tecmo in arcades and then ported to the Super Nintendo in 1992. At the start of the game, a menu of 15 different special weapons is presented. Each of these are unique, but can only be selected once. When you progress to the second stage, only 14 items are selectable, and so on. Understanding what each of the 15 special weapons do is important, and you will want to reserve the more powerful weapons for later stages. You'll notice an energy bar of sorts on the left side of the screen. This represents how much of the secondary item is remaining. Each of the different secondary weapons varies in its effectiveness, and each use up a varying amount of this energy bar. This, sadly, is the most interesting aspect of Strike Gunner S.T.G. Everything else ranges from dull to boring. First things first. The graphics are uninspired. The opening jungle level features a boring, repeating set of sprites that are neither technically impressive nor visually appealing. This trend of boring backgrounds continues with each passing stage. The desert level is bland. The snow level is accurate but boring. The water level, you get the picture. Some more variety in the terrain, perhaps a scrolling layer, would have been a welcome addition to break up the monotony. The plainness continues with the enemy design. The same jets and helicopters you see in the first stage are repeated over and over until you finally reach space. In space, the gameplay remains the same, only with spacier enemies still lacking any creativity. Occasionally, a stealth fighter will appear, letting you collect a power-up. This will either fill up your special weapon meter or upgrade your primary fire. Your primary weapon is a red laser that will at some point change to blue, but pretty much looks the same no matter how many times you've collected an upgrade power-up. Strike Gunner S.T.G does have auto-fire, which is nice, but overall, the weapons offer no real sense of power or destruction. Strike Gunner S.T.G's soundtrack is also problematic. Each is an extremely basic composition that never really gets going, and they loop far too frequently. To be fair, this does complement the boring looping background sprites, but get ready to listen to the same 20 seconds of rock as it's repeated every other stage. The gameplay itself is functional. Enemy formation patterns and firing patterns do present a decent challenge, especially as the game progresses. The bosses are large and definitely put up a good fight. Making sure you have enough of your secondary weapon available will make these a lot more manageable, and is the only form of strategy the game ever presents. The problem is, Strike Gunner S.T.G never elevates itself past functional. The game never feels exciting, and nothing interesting ever happens. A good shmup blends terrific gameplay with audio and visual elements that help enhance the gameplay. Strike Gunner S.T.G fails on all three fronts. While the game doesn't commit any serious crimes, it's just not very fun to play. Fatigue will set in rather quickly, as the repetition of the same graphics, enemies, and music takes its toll. By 1992, the shmup genre had been firmly established. Developers and designers had a firm grasp on what worked and what didn't. It's almost as if the developers of this game received a checklist of things to include, but never really played a shooter before. Sure, the screen scrolls, you shoot at enemies, boss battles end the stage, and there are power-ups, but it's all just done without any heart. Overall, Strike Gunner S.T.G is dull, and fails to deliver a satisfying experience. 2 out of 5.